There's really no such thing as people who have courage, who seem to have courage, and people who do not have courage. The only difference between those two types of people is that the people who do seem to have courage are ones who are more knowledgeable about the truth, who have a better understanding of life, of reality, of how reality works. Same thing with people who seem to be less fearful versus people who are very fearful and constricted, conservative. The only difference is that one side is clearer about the truth, about what reality is, what life is, and how it operates. They are more clear about natural law and how it functions. They are, in a sense, more aware of life, of their oneness with life. Whereas people who live in a constant state of fear, the ones who aren't courageous, believe in separateness. And they are unaware of life. Their perspective of life is very narrow. Whereas people who have courage, their perspective is much wider on reality and they understand more of life. So what is my message to you with this video? How do you build courage? How do you let go of fear, right? Building courage and having courage spontaneously arise is a natural byproduct of expanding your scope on reality, of becoming more aware, of coming more into tune or more in tune with nature. And that can only happen if you start to ask the questions that are more difficult in nature, about the operations of life, of how life works. What is life? Questions like, who am I? Am I the body and mind? Or am I something more? What is the underlying oneness underneath all this seemingly separate objects and people? Courage can only arise when you become more clear on who you are and what life is and what your relationship to life is. It arises naturally, spontaneously. It is not something you have to build at all. Fear is not something you have to let go of at all. You are looking in the wrong places. The problem is your current paradigm, your current limited scope on reality, which needs to expand. You are currently identified with the wrong things. You are identified with the limits of reality. You are identified with the limiting worldview that is imposed on you ever since you were a little baby. You have subscribed to the philosophies that haven't aided you in your expansion, but rather seek to constrict you and hold you down so that you can be safe in your little home, in your little reality. And that's okay and all. If you wish to live like that, there's nothing wrong with that. However, there is a price that you pay, which is a lack of conscious expansion, continuous expansion, which you feel in the form of suffering, which you feel in the form of restriction, which you feel in the form of not being able to move out of your current circumstances. You feel that as this rigidity within your life, where you feel helpless, where you feel that external objects are controlling you, or external situations are controlling you, in which you feel that fear and lack of courage. So if you want to build natural courage, if you want to let go of so much of your fear just like that, start to meditate. In meditation, your limited scope of reality will start to grow. Right now, your mind has completely constricted your life. Your mind is too out of control. It's too turbulent. And it is not allowing your awareness to shine through and actually expand that view on reality. Learn to admit to yourself that right now, your level of awareness is not high. I am constantly admitting to myself that I still know nothing. That my level of awareness is still like here, and if I needed to be here. Admit that you don't know how life actually works. And then the answers can really pour into your mind. Then you can become receptive to knowing. If you always think you know everything, then truly you will continue to know whatever you know, and then no answers will pour into your life. Understand that you know nothing, yet you have the capacity to know everything in this moment. And watch how the answers pour into your life. Let go of identification with all this limiting philosophy and simply work on raising your awareness. As a natural byproduct, fear will vanish. As a natural byproduct, courage will arise. Get more clear on how reality works. Seek a greater understanding of reality, yourself, and life, and the relationship between all these things. And courage will be bestowed upon you. And you will look back to your old self and realize truly how you didn't know anything and why you were so fearful. Try this out. If you'd like to get one-on-one coaching with me and expand on this further, link is in the description box below. But that is all I have for you today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.